This is the road to my campsite, and oh my gosh, can't get through. And a little car was able to reverse in front of me. I don't know how I'm going to be able to chuck a Yui in my van, but I can try. Oh my god. I guess I'm gonna call National Parks and see if I can get a refund on my campsite. Oh dear. I've hung my washing. These are like the dirty towels, but they were wet from yesterday. And this is my other new but expensive Sea to Summit line, clothesline. And they're pegless, so they're really good. They actually work. Same with this one. And they just slot into the twisted part of the hair. I'm just at this, it's not a campground, but I can't get to my campground because of a log. While I've just been resting, I've just put out my Flexi solar panel and charged up, and then I'm going to go for a walk on one of the trails and then decide what I'm going to do. So no rangers have come by, but anyway, this is my current setup this afternoon. One thing I did forget was my wood for a campfire. And there's heaps of spots here for camping, like tent camping, I mean. That's where my camp spot is meant to be, Cook's Mill. And I can't get to it. I'm annoyed. I can't call because there's no service. There's a kookaburra. There he goes. The path is muddy. Lucky I've got my new hiking boots. Gross. Crikey. It's another tree down. Alright. Let's get over this. Oh my gosh. It's very uneven. I think it's going to be a long 40 minutes, 45 minutes to the top. I'm going to Cathedral Peak, and I've already walked through mud and stuff, and now I've got to climb that. Just when you think you've gone to the top, or you've gotten to the top, and there's still more to go. Up there, I ran into the girls from the parking lot. I saw them, they were before me going towards the campsite, and they had to turn around. Lucky they were in a small car, and I nearly got stuck trying to do a 3-point turn on the narrowest part of the road because of that tree. And the girls, yeah, they were really nice, and I asked them how much longer, and they said maybe about another hour. And you know, I had a bit of a rest, and look, the sun's still up, but I've got to get back down, and I really didn't time myself, which I should have done. I have a Garmin, actually, my GPS tracker, so I've got it on somewhere. There it is. So if I want to go back down, it's got, yeah, how much distance I've gone and stuff. So yeah, I'm glad I got this. E-Tracks, Garmin, GPS, because there's no service up here. Yeah, well, it seems like the top. There's no signage to say I've reached Ned's Gully or whatever, or Cathedral Peak, but I'm at the top of somewhere. I left a bit late this afternoon to go for a walk. I thought it was 45 minutes. It says 1 hour and 45 minutes. But it is lovely once you get to the top and feel relieved that there's no more walking upwards. It's down here where it says a couple of signs that says track closed, so that's where I came from. And the path keeps going that way. I'm not too sure. I guess I could try see what's over the other side, but I'm just a bit worried that because I've been walking so slowly that maybe I won't get back down before dark. So yeah, but it's good to know how much further I've got to go, so I can come back next time, start in the morning. And it's getting cold, and I did pack my bag so that I have you know, options if it gets cold, because it's still, you know, spring, and it actually has been cold a little bit the last couple of nights. So I'm prepared for anything. I know my backpack is pretty full, but I'd rather be over prepared than under prepared. So yeah. Okay, well, it's called Ned's Saddle, not Ned's Gully. There's a track going that way, but no signage to say what that is. So another 45 minutes is the cathedral. I don't think I have another 45 minutes in me, and it's getting dark. The sun's going down. So at least I made it to Ned's Saddle, and I'm gonna come back and start earlier so I don't have to feel like I'm gonna rush. And the danger is that it has been raining and the track was slippery, so going up a grade 4 steep, rocky and slippery road, track, sorry, not road, might be a bit dangerous. So I'm gonna head back down and settle in for the night, because yeah, can't even get to my campground because of the trees that have fallen along the way in front of the road. So I'm just gonna have to settle for down the bottom. Oh well. Well, I found myself a stick, and I actually have walking poles, hiking poles, and I never remember to bring them. So but you know, nature provides with you know, branches and things. So I found one that was pretty sturdy, because getting back down the mountain was a bit tricky in some areas, especially where it was slippery, and muddy. And yeah, so that kind of reminds me, you know, if you are trekking, maybe to write a list of things. Things I forgot was my walking poles, which are good for stability when you're walking on uneven ground like I am. So I just got a phone call from the Victoria National Park service, because I walked all the way up till I got service on my phone, and I rang up the national parks to let them know that the tree was across the road and I couldn't get through to my campground tonight. So they are going to refund my money, and I'm allowed to park down in Ned's Gully instead. And yeah, the guy just called me back to get more information about it. And yeah, so I just gave him a description of the tree and how it fell over the, well, it's over the road. It kind of looks like this. A big tree, and then it looks all shattered and stuff. So I gave him a description of the tree, and then he said maybe somebody might come down tonight or somebody will come tomorrow, but it'll be too late for me because I'm leaving tomorrow to go to the Great Ocean Road drive. And yeah, so I'm just heading towards my campground now, my new one, and at least there's toilets, but I miss out on the showers at the other one, but that's okay because I have my other shower, because I'm a bit stinky now. But one of the things I should say is on your checklist of things to bring when you're going hiking is a walking stick, something sturdy. The reason why, so that you have some stability when you're on uneven ground, and also the sound that it makes on the ground will deter snakes, because I'm really terrified of snakes, even though, like, yeah, the goddess and stuff, like, but yeah, I am terrified of snakes, and I'm going to make sure that they can hear me coming so they can stay away from me. Also bug spray or bug cream so that you don't get mosquito bites and bug bites. I am wearing my new Colorado hiking boots, so you can see how muddy it was, and they're waterproof. And I wore long tights as well, so even if it's hot I'd still wear long tights, because when I actually went over this the first time, you can see I got a hole there in my tights. So yeah, it's kind of good to have some kind of protection on your legs, whether especially when it's a bit muddy. I've been on a hike before and kids had leeches on their legs, so wearing tights and thick hiking socks as well as your boots, that's a really good idea. It is good to invest in them if you're going to go more often. I've just upgraded my hiking shoes to my hiking boots, which I'm really happy about because they're really comfortable. I did a bit of research on what would be the most comfortable hiking boots. So yeah, I did pay a bit for these ones, and I'm really happy that I did, because they are so comfy and protective and waterproof as well. Yeah, so the other thing was that I forgot was my my head torch. So it is getting dark, but luckily my son reminded me I can use the phone light, the phone torch. I did bring my power bank. I bought a new one from Office Works, a really good one. So I had that all charged, and I brought that with my charger. So just in case my phone runs low, I have a power bank with me. The National Parks lady also reminded me, because I did ask, you know, if there was an emergency, you know, is there a UHF or CB radio station that I can call somebody on, like, you know, contact the national parks. She said they don't actually monitor it, so the best thing to do is call 000 in emergencies, and also you know, on your voicemail, if you're out of service, to put where your location is. So if you're planning on calling someone at a specific time and they can't get in contact with you, or you don't get in contact with them, and they try to call you, you'll have it on your voicemail what is your last location. So yeah, that is one of the things to do if you're going to go hiking, especially by yourself, and you want to take some precautions, yeah, in case anything happens. But it's really good to make sure you communicate. I've been updating my son. I've been taking screenshots of the map on Google Maps, and letting him know when I get service, you know, where I actually am, where I'm staying tonight and things like that. And then when I leave to the next place, I update him again. So yeah, so if you have a trusted family member or friend that you want to make sure that you actually, yeah, give them your location, so that if anything is to happen, knock on wood, that nothing happens, but you want to make sure that you communicate to somebody where you are, what you're doing, when you're due to leave, so that if you don't make it to your next location, then they can check up on you and make sure that you're okay. So yeah, those are some of the things that I just remembered. Walking sticks, bug spray or bug cream, torch, your power bank, calling somebody, or like at least messaging them where you are. Those are the things that you can put on your list. Good hiking shoes, a hat, sunscreen if it's still sunny. Yeah, comfy shoes. That's the main thing too. And tights, long pants. Oh, I just got mud on my nose. Gross. Oh well, I'm nearly there. I just saw a kangaroo. I don't know where it's gone now. I did see a wombat when I was walking. Yeah, they're so cute, they're so fat. And they got like the littlest legs and they're just like little tanks. I wonder if I'll see another one. Sorry, it's shaky. There's kangaroos. They're looking straight at me. Oh my gosh, there's so many. It's about 8 o'clock in the morning. I think I've just slept for 12 hours or something. I'm just making breakfast. I'm having noodles with shiitake mushrooms. And I'm gonna have a coffee. I haven't had one for a while, so. But yeah, this is my little setup. I had it out last night thinking I'm gonna make dinner, but I just went to sleep at about 7:30. I hadn't slept very well in the last couple of days. There was a kangaroo with a joey. I was hoping to get them, but no, they're gone. But yeah, I'm gonna have breakfast.
Turn left onto B360 Maroondah Highway.
I am now on my way to the Great Ocean Road. It's about 3 hours and 9 minutes from wherever I am. Ned's Gully, that's where I
Straight on
am.
for 1 hour and 16 minutes to State Route 62 Ringwood Bypass.
Okay. Yeah. Actually, that's where I was meant to go, the cathedral. As you can see, maybe over here. Over there. You can see that big mountain there. So I got most of the way up there, and there was another 45 minutes. So I have decided that this trip down to Victoria is like a scouting trip. So I just passed through all these towns like Bright and the Alpine Road, and you know, I think that was one of the best things to do, because when I come back to Victoria, that's where I want to spend a little bit more time, knowing that there are campgrounds there, and there's a really nice town that I can, you know, hang out in for a couple of days, and there's like heaps of holiday parks and campgrounds. So that's what I'm going to do. This whole trip is just like one day at a time, or just passing through. So I'm really happy that I actually just doing a quick squiz at all the Victorian towns along the way. I'm trying to avoid Melbourne altogether. It's funny that when I said I'm going to move to Victoria to my friends, they're like, oh, you're going to go to Melbourne. No, Victoria isn't Melbourne. Melbourne's just the capital, and that's where all COVID is. So, oh, roadkill. Okay. I don't know about anybody else who, you know, does long trips, but I always want to guess what the roadkill is, because sometimes they're unrecognizable. It's a pretty gross game that I have in my head. But anyway, yeah. So I'm on my way to the Great Ocean Road, and I want to stop at Warrnambool, because I did see that there was a job there that I applied for. So I kind of want to just have a look at that area before I go to Bendigo, and hopefully I'll have enough time in Bendigo to actually see some maybe haunted spots. I might go to the cemetery, and unfortunately, because they only run ghost tours on the Saturday, I won't be able to actually go into a place to do a paranormal investigation. But obviously when I come back to Victoria in January, I'm going to be booking myself into a few of those next year. Anyway,